Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled program for this important announcement. Disney Marvel is losing any and all interest. With every movie that comes out, every TV show that comes out, there is less and less interest. One box office failure after another. And it looks to be no end in sight. With one project after another being canceled, we already knew that Disney's version of Blade was running into one production problem after another, with the star of the movie, Mahershala Ali, I said his name wrong, Ali, the main actor, walking off the set or walking away from the project, wanting rewrites because he didn't really care for the action scenes or lack thereof. And then with this one from What's on Disney Plus, who doesn't apparently like to date their articles, Vision Quest, Disney Plus series, been delayed or canceled. I guess I wasn't paying attention, but I didn't even know that series was coming. I'm sure a couple of people out there did, but there's no telling if that's even going to come out. This article talks about a few of the lovely projects. Now, with the actors and writers strike disrupting production, and it did indeed disrupt production on a lot of things. Not many people are complaining about that, considering the garbage that Disney Marvel has been pushing out. Many Marvel projects, including Deadpool 3, Daredevil Born Again, we'll get to that one in a moment, and Wonder Man, which will no doubt take priority to finish once the strikes are over. Well, I guess the writer strike is over, so hey, they get to go back to the writing room. Marvel is already has multiple shows that are being delayed. Ironheart, that's been delayed. Echo, which is supposed to be done. I believe Ironheart has finished production as well. Maybe it's in post-production. Echo was supposed to be done. That was scheduled to be dumped next month in November. It's been postponed again. And I think it was cut from 8 episodes to 7 episodes. Then a TV show about Agatha Harkness that they can't decide what the name of it's going to be. Already filmed, and being prepped for a 2024 release. These shows, these 3 right here, have been delayed numerous times. Not to mention the Marvels coming out next month. That was delayed a few times. More news coming up about Daredevil Born Again, apparently scrapped as Marvel plans to start from scratch. This is a bad sign for anything involving Disney and Marvel. You have a show that is done. Production done, writing done, all these different aspects of the show are done, and they're just going to scrap it, start from the drawing board. Article from Collider. Hitting the reset button on their expansive, bloated, cinematic universe. I guess it's okay to talk bad about Disney for the shills. A report from Hollywood Reporter suggests that the studio is in the process of completely overhauling Daredevil Born Again, their ambitious sequel project to the massively successful Daredevil series. It's not a sequel. I think they've already said it. It's a relaunch. It's a reboot. It's not going to have anything to do with the Netflix show, because they can't duplicate the Netflix show due to the amount of violence involved. They're not going to put that on Disney Plus. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the series is being scrapped and done again from scratch. How many times are you going to say that? Letting head writers Chris Ord and Matt Corman go. So the head writers are gone from a show that was done, but apparently they're putting them as on production, or says it in the article, with plans to restructure the entire series from scratch, leaning more towards traditional episodic TV. What on earth does that mean? Somewhere down the line. Returning to traditional television. Overhaul of Born Again also reveals another key change in Marvel's TV structure. New plan to hire showrunners. Previously, one head writer had been a major part in the production team for shows like Ms. Marvel and Moon Knight, but it seems like Disney and Marvel are moving back towards more traditional structures of television, finally giving their characters and writers time to breathe, as opposed to each being a small, almost insignificant piece of, quote, setup for big crossover events. That is something they would definitely like to get away from. Start making more standalone movies, standalone TV series, with little bits and bobs here and there, instead of trying to orchestrate this long, drawn-out story arc that you can't seem to remember what happened in the previous episodes, the previous series, and break continuity. Keep things more structured on an individual basis. But all this One delay after another, with quantity over quality, box office bomb after another, is leading to this wonderful little thing. With the Marvel's early box office projections 72% worse than Quantumania. Quantumania lost money. Early box office projections for the Marvels paints a bleak picture for the MCU movie, with pre-sales 72% worse than Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. People are losing interest in all of this nonsense. Is it because it's a superhero movie? Not entirely. Is it because it's bad writing? Absolutely. That's top of the list. Lack of continuity, canon-breaking events, zero respect for the source material, and just all-around bad storytelling. Losing interest. People are walking away from it. They're going to find something else to watch, something more entertaining. What do we have here? Latest box office projections for the Marvels provide a disappointing outlook. What's the projection? According to box office predictions provided by Box Office Pro, the Marvel's upcoming November 10 release, thank you for not delaying that, gives us something to look forward to and make fun of, is already facing a potential shortfall, with its initial domestic opening, $50 to $75 million, less than half of the $153 million opening for 2019's Captain Marvel. It's time to admit it. The only reason Captain Marvel made the money it did is because it was sandwiched in between two other movies, and people thought, because of the continuity, that they absolutely had to watch this movie. Need proof? Hell, $50 to $75 million opening. Domestic opening weekend. That's abysmal. I think they'll be lucky if it makes 50. Further adding to the movie's predicted woes, pre-sales are down 69% behind the pace of those sold for Guardians of the Galaxy and 72% behind Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy had some legs on it, and it did make its money. Probably not as much. I don't think it broke $1 billion. But Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania didn't do much. During its early years, it seemed the MCU could do no wrong. Those days are gone. They are dead. They are lost. Gone with the dinosaurs. Whether it's a result of increasingly oversaturated market, that's part of it. Diminished promotional efforts, no. Highly unlikely. You think people are going to see a movie because the stars are out there talking about it? Trailers. You can still put trailers out. That used to be the way people got interested in movies. They saw the trailer, they talked, and word of mouth. That's what gives these movies legs. SAG-AFTRA strike. They're going to be blaming this strike for years to come. How long are they going to use it as a scapegoat? Remains to be seen. Give it a year and a half. Growing sense of dissatisfaction. Yes, growing sense of dissatisfaction with the franchise, seeing lack of coherent direction post-Avengers Endgame. This right here. Dissatisfaction with the franchise's seeming lack of coherent direction. That is your number one reason. Combined, because part of that is bad writing. A lack of direction is because of bad writing. Possible reasons for the Marvel's own predicted numbers are many and varied. No, it's only a couple. What it does highlight, however, is that the days of the MCU being able to churn out back-to-back box office blockbusters are they are swiftly coming to an end. One delay after another. One bad box office bomb after another. How much longer can Disney Marvel hold out? How much more can they churn out? How much more quantity over quality are they going to be able to get away with before investors? I mean, Disney stock is plummeting, all-time low last week, $70-something. It was below 80. How much longer are investors going to tolerate this sort of nonsense? Get better writers, write better stories, and quality over quantity instead of the other way around. But hey, let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike. I appreciate you making it this far. My goodness. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate it. You have a good one.